Hello, and welcome to another evening of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. We are excited. Real soon, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky for Bourbon City Steam. So come to Louisville, Kentucky on the, what is it, 15th, 16th? I don't even know the dates.
14th, 15th, and 16th.
I was close. So come to Louisville and check out Bourbon City Steam and come say hi to us in the game room. We've got lots of fun one-shots that we've got planned, and some, build a character in D&D 2014, of course. So come check us out. And then the following week, we're going to be at Wild Wild West Con in Tucson, Arizona at Casino del Sol. So if you're on the West Coast, the following weekend, which is the 22nd, 23rd, 21st, 22nd, I don't know. I got to look at my calendar, man. I don't know dates. 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Yeah, I can't see. It's too far away. And check us out there and come say hi to us there because we're also going to be running some awesome one-shots. And we'll have a table out probably to where you can stop by and build a character there too. So come check it out. You can find more links on both of those conventions on our website at danddadjokes.com under the upcoming events. So check out their links for more information about the event as a whole and to purchase tickets and find out accommodations, things like that. So check out their websites from those links. If you are new to us, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video. You can share this video, join in the comments, let us know that you're watching. This is episode 100. We have been doing this for 100 episodes now.
One of these days we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
We'll figure out how to play one day. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I still go, what? What's the rule on that? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's not how I played.
We know.
Right? Money? Yeah, who needs money?
And we still need the map to figure out what city is what.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, there's a lot of cities in this one.
There is. But I'm going to go ahead and announce that our next campaign is going to take place in the Shadowrun system, the 5th edition of Shadowrun. And we'll see how it goes. We will not be streaming on the 11th or the 18th because of travel and things like that. But we are going to get together in person finally and run a one-shot of Shadowrun that will not be streamed. I apologize, but that's just kind of the way it goes. I got to get my feet wet somehow. Shadowrun is a system, man.
So keep an eye out. There might be video clips on our social media.
Possibly. Yeah, just check those out.
It will be chaos.
There will be chaos. And
let's hope so.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are planning a campaign in Shadowrun 5th edition. And I don't have a campaign title or anything. I don't even know. But
it'll be on the website as soon
pretty
as
excited. Yeah. I'm always up for learning new things, but doggone, I had to jump in the deep end. So much.
That's okay. I've never played before, so I won't know if you make a mistake.
That's all right. I rely heavily on Chuck and Joe to go, oh, wait, but the rules say. Okay. Maybe we'll try it by the rules. So anyway, so that's hopefully that goes well. But we're not going to do that until after we finish this one. So we are episode 100, and we are not done yet. I don't know how long. I have 14 more pages in my notebook, so I have to do this by episode 114.
I have to go buy new tabs.
Oh, man. All right.
It's all good.
Let's see what we do.
So, since we're making you go buy more tabs, does that mean we have to go over on the notebook pages as well to Turnabout's Fair Play on?
I'll
I
tell you
already,
what,
I'm already
I'm
on
going to go
notebook
buy
number
new
2.
tabs and I'm going to get everything in there. And then you guys are going to read all of the notes. You'll wish that you've been reading them all along.
A forced reading. No. Of all 114 episodes.
I refuse.
Oh my goodness.
It's
All
all
right.
It's all in.
It's all good. It's all there. So
After
if
the weekend I had, you guys are fine. Got no problems.
I think that would fall under the whole cruel and unusual punishments thing.
Right?
I mean, that's fair.
It's
But
it's a lot of pages. It fills a 4-inch binder.
it is a lot of pages. And you too, our watchers and viewers, can also read all of that because it is on our website. Every bit
Well,
of it.
the town crier, not
It's
the
called
notes.
not the notes, but the town crier.
If you have a
Close
desire to
enough.
have some notes, then be sure to go to the website and contact me and say, "Hey, Rhonda,
I need some
notes
notes.
from this episode, or if you want them all, I'll send them all to you."
It's a lot of pages.
It's a lot of pages.
That's a lot. So anyway, episode 100, we have entitled this one called The Spire. And what happened last week, under the title The Ring, last week, the group did some studying at the university library. Since the librarians saw the high priestess robes on Evangeline, they readily pulled books from all sections, including some of the more restrictive sections, for you guys to research. Evangeline found out some information about the shattering, although she couldn't find any information about the ancestors. She did find some information about the shattering. She learned that the cities were indeed targeted, and when the shields were up, the shields worked for some time until Shaji disappeared. So the shields were up before Shaji disappeared. And then one last hit came down and created the scar that was in the southern steadfast for many ages. Forsyth studied the amorphous fields and learned that the land moves and shifts, shifting from liquid to solid and anything in between. Settlements in the amorphous fields are only found on land that seemingly does not change. He also learned about the pygmy hapax and the poisonous clouds that cover the land. Which, by the way, Forsyth, I did put pygmy hapax in your wild shapes. No, it does not have any legendary actions. I don't know what happened there, and it's got like fill in this name, fill in this name. It's got all of the pre-generated text down there that's not supposed to be there.
I'll take a look.
So that is in your thing. Kadath researched teleportation and found specifically the circles, and found 2 new circles, one in Astaria and one in Asada Emidu. However, Asada Emidu does have a strange marking next to it that he was unsure what it meant. He also learned that the location runes, upon studying about these spells, the location runes are more closely connected to the land than to the specific city. Fix decided to study the contracts they found in Idris and found references from Gond. Reading through them carefully, he realized that these were instructions for building a tool. He began to draw up plans for this tool and realized that he had actually already started this. That evening, as the rest ran their own errands, Evangeline visits Kilmock's office without him being there because he's on his way to Thrice. She finds more information about Vilcaris, the land that the ancestors are from. She learned that this was an ethereal realm where ghosts, banshees, and other similar creatures dwelled. The ruling beings were the spirits, or are the spirits. Though the realm is free, when rulings must take place, typically the spirits will just banish the culprit to another realm. Any realm will do. Evangeline also checks her book about the ancestors' names and discovers 5 names that were in relation to the ancestors' names. She finds Kiros, Hanakri, Devankri, Valad, and Sizalad. She learns that Kiros was indeed a leader in Idris and was considered the second designer of the orreries. And she learned also that Valad was a great warrior who fell in the Battle of Farbron. She then finds an amulet hidden among the books and identifies it as a life stone. Still not quite sure exactly what that one does. After a night's rest, Cadet teleports the group to Astaria, and they find themselves in the lower level of the main dock house. Through some exploration, they discover this houses the dockmaster's office, a tavern for the crew, and some resting quarters for the captains of the ships in port. In the office, they find general ledgers, but hidden in a secret drawer was another logbook. This one contained names going back 80 years, with the most recent entry only 5 days earlier. Evangeline noticed the correlation of the dates next to the names as the dates that the Feather was in port, the name of one of the ships. Cadeth also pointed out that magical ink was written next to the names, and Forsyth was able to read that they were values listed next to each name. Inside the main hall, the tavern, they discovered the thriving tavern of the crews of the docked ships. Fix focused on Andrew, the only member of the Jagged Dream present in the city. Andrew shared he was a crewman of the Blue Shark and later shared more information on the ships and their captains, learning about Captain Gallows ran the Sparrow, Stills ran the Seafoam, Waters ran the Blue Shark, Scales ran the Wavebreaker, and Pinch ran the Feather. The group also learned that the Feather and her crew ran into trouble on their last journey. They seem to have encountered a giant sea beast that guards Salachia, a prison in the middle of one of the twin lakes. The group decides they must continue to the Twisted Spire and look into this further at a later time. They take an evening's rest at the Blue Dolphin and head out of the city the next morning. So you are standing just outside of Astaria, looking at the land as it kind of moves and undulates a little bit. And you see above you, there is a cloud cover that definitely has hazes of green. You know, this is probably the poisonous cloud cover. How do you wish to traverse? You know the direction, roughly, of the Twisted Spire. You do not see it.
See the map.
I'm sorry, is it on the map side?
I don't know. I'm pulling it up now. I just trying to remember where exactly we're at. Wrap my head around stuff.
You in the lower eastern, the southeasternmost corner of this map. You are here.
Yeah, Astaria.
Astaria. And you are headed toward the Twisted Spire.
Right. Hey, rest.
Well, I mean, we know the general direction. Do we want to just start heading that way?
I think that would be wise. I think it's probably for now wise to go on ground and save our capabilities. I want to see more about these amorphous fields.
Yeah, I mean, Twisted Spire's in the middle of it, so we can
Right.
ask around and see if anybody knows anything about them. But
Probably be a good idea.
and might not be a bad idea to figure out what kind of poison. Although, if we go as in cloud form or whatever, we can probably get over that.
Sure, we can.
Looking at it, you probably will have to go through it to get over it.
Did your study come up with any antidotes or methods to avoid it?
Only that it was a poisonous cloud cover. It's a sickening poison.
Are there cures within this within Astaria?
There maybe you could ask around.
All right, let's do that, and I will study some of the local vegetation near where we might find someone with cures so that if we need to rush back here, we can do that.
All right.
Ask if there's an apothecary.
You ask around a little bit, you will find out there is indeed an apothecary here. And when asked, she says most people do not go out to the amorphous fields. It's dangerous, of course. You know, if you try to go too high, you're going to get sick. She kind of digs through some of her stuff. She's like, if you need to travel the amorphous fields, she said you may want a couple of these, and she gives you 2 vials. They seem to be the same, and it is a almost viscous purple liquid, deep purple liquid. It doesn't look too pleasant. If you pick it up and kind of pop the cork, the smell alone might make you sick. But she's like, this will cure that poison should it take root. I mean, it does an initial hit, and then sometimes it'll just stick around for a while. And if it sticks around for a while, this will help you for sure.
Any way to avoid it altogether?
Stay out of the clouds. Oh, you also want to watch out for the fungus. That's probably why the clouds are there. I'm not gonna lie. They spout.
Oh.
So you can't go high and you don't want to go low.
Well, they only spout if they, feel that there is predator or
They're disturbed.
yeah.
How much distance is there between the ground floor and the sickening
Cloud.
ceiling?
I'm kind of looking at it. You're seeing maybe about 100 feet, maybe 200 feet,
Okay.
150. We'll make it a happy medium.
So flying is like an eagle, but flying low, more like flying as an owl.
Might be able to get away with that.
Interesting.
Oh.
Do you know if there's any use for these fungus?
I
These
mean,
fungi?
the fungi can actually aid in making some of these remedies. It's the best way to make the remedies, but that's about it. I mean, unless you got a hearty stomach, I mean, they're edible except that they're poisonous.
Is there something we can make on the way?
I mean, it ain't gonna outright kill you, but eventually it will. Or something. What?
Is it possible for us to make a cure for the fungus on the way?
If
Poison.
if you have some skill in herbology, or then perhaps.
I have
Anybody
a kit.
You have an herbalist kit? Are you proficient with an herbalist kit?
Yeah.
Ho, 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 ho.
Never use it.
Well then, you might just be able to do this. She will. How long do you plan on traveling the amorphous fields?
To the middle of it and back.
Oh, well then. Yeah, this might suit you well. And she'll take you aside and she'll show you like there's a piece of fungus there, and she'll show you how to like chop it up and pestle,
Throw it in a salad.
Yeah, throw it in a salad. She'll show you how to crush it in the pestle and and the liquids, like how much water and how much of this and whatnot to throw all in there, and how long to cook it and things like that. You realize that it will take a chunk of time to make a potion. Um, it won't take like all day to make a potion, but it could take a good 4 hours or so to make a
Yeah.
potion. And she'll show you all of the steps to do that. And you'll have that knowledge on how to
Okay.
make an antidote for the poison with the fungus that you may find. But it'll
All right.
take you a little bit of time to make one.
The only reason I could see making one is to replace whatever's in the vials.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you very much for your insightful information.
Yes. If you have some extra, if you happen to have extra fungi when you come this way, I would be most appreciated.
I
Appreciative.
will remember that. I will do my best to bring some back.
Excellent. Well, good luck to you. And she'll give you 15 gold for both vials of antidote.
Okay. I will take that off of my inventory. I got all this money with nothing to spend it on.
That's pretty accurate.
Nice thing about being a thief, you can hoard a lot of gold.
This is true. Very true.
Okay, so let's, given the information and basic direction of where we're going, let's head out.
Yeah, Evangeline, anything else you guys want to do before we head out?
No, not
don't
that I
think
can
so.
think of.
All right. So you head to the edge of the city and you begin to make your way toward the Twisted Spire.
To the
Here,
southeast.
yeah, to the southeast. You begin to walk away from the city, and for the most part, you can feel the ground move a little bit, but it's not much. It's mostly just a constant vibration for a good half a day. Um, Everything seems pretty calm. There's the constant cloud cover, of course, but other than that slight vibration, good half of the day passes as you walk onward. I'm going to say it's about 2 o'clock or so, and it's starting to get a little bit darker than you would normally think it should at about 2 o'clock, but I mean, there is a cloud cover. And you continue on your way for a little while. I need, as you're walking, I need for one of you, you guys choose who, to roll me a d6. Don't everybody speak at once.
I'll get it. Uno.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uno,
All right.
dos, tres, cuatro,
As you are walking,
Not a
with
great roll.
with a one, it could be worse. As you are walking, the ground suddenly shifts and becomes soft. I need everybody to make a dexterity check.
Now is when it gets worse.
Dice out.
Rhonda passes her dexterity check. She did not cut herself.
17.
I have expertise in scissor handling.
I got an 8.
An 8. Beautiful.
I got 14.
Nice.
17.
17. What'd you get, Rhonda?
I got a dirty, dirty 20.
Rhonda on her toes because she's totally out of her element.
I leaned on Buckley. I forgot to roll for Buckley. Wait a minute.
She leans on Buckley as Buckley sings.
He'll get a 1.
I gotta find Buckley here first. Dex. Oh, he's got some decent decks. Yeah, he got. I leaned on Buckley because he got a 23.
Well, as the ground softens, all of you kind of take a quick step back or leap off. Buckley leaps off to the side, kind of dragging you with him, and except for Kadeth. As you go to take a leap back, one of your feet just sinks up to the knee.
Oh man! Now we got to get the big guy unstuck.
How
tell where
stuck
the-
is it?
I will just.
You kind of pull on it. It's pretty good. It's gonna take some
I will grab a hold of his hand, his
strength.
arm, you know,
Yeah.
and I will pull with all of my strength to
Good,
try
'cause
to
I
help
don't
him
have
get
any.
that leg loose.
You don't have any strength.
Me?
Well, you are pulling with all of your strength. Go ahead and you can roll me a strength check. Is anybody helping?
I'll help.
Okay, so you can roll with
I have a
advantage.
+4, by the way.
I'm going to.
And you said it's only 1 foot that's actually
1
stuck?
foot.
Okay.
I don't know if I can help. What I can do is right behind whoever's in the back or whatnot, I'll put the immovable rod horizontally and activate it so that they can
Alright.
anchor on and pull.
Nice.
All right. What'd you roll?
Didn't roll great, but I got a 21.
All right. With a
I have
21.
a strength of 21.
Okay. That's true. You do. I forget what gave you that stupid. Oh, the spine of might. You put it on.
I put
Okay.
it on.
I forgot about that. All right. You reach down, you grab Kadeth, and you start
Technically,
pulling.
nobody in the party knows that yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Evangeline starts to pull you, Kadeth, and dang, she's strong. Forsyth is kind of behind her and kind of
Strong girl, little gal.
bracing around her and grabbing a hold of the rod so she doesn't knock herself into the softened ground. You know,
Right.
not expecting her to really pull out a Goliath, but you know, hey, we're gonna do this chain thing. We'll get it figured out. And she pulls you right up out of there, and pulls you free and gets you back up on solid ground.
Okay. I'm going to just start levitating. And I'm just going to stay levitating. Somebody pull me along.
I'm just gonna levitate. Yeah, you can levitate
Okay.
and hold on to Buckley.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll hold on to you because we would walk 500 miles and we would walk 500 miles more. Just to be the one that walked 1,000 miles to be at your door.
And that's about how far we got to go. So.
About that.
Oh,
All right. So you get out and you kind of look. You can see a slight discoloration in the area that is softened now, and it seemed to, like, looking back on it, this was not a, like, you stepped into a softened area. It just suddenly became soft underneath your feet practically. And you realize that, and now you see kind of a little bit of a discoloration in the area, and you know how to avoid that. So
In
you walk
theory.
around it. In theory, providing it doesn't happen right up underneath you. So you continue to walk for the rest of the evening, and you come to an area that appears to be solid, pretty good. It is night. Do you want to stop and camp? Do you want to, I mean, it's solid under your feet.
I think it's been a while since we got a good camping trip in. Yeah, I'm going to scout the area and make sure it's There's no discolorations and
stopping might be good.
Yeah.
Briefly at least.
So yes, we will stop for the evening.
All right. You set up a camp. I assume you set up watches. Who's watching when?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take last.
Who's happening in the middle?
I'll take second.
Okay. Do you want to just do 3 watches, or do you want everybody to have a watch?
Then everyone
Good
knows
half.
what time it is.
Cadet, do you want to take a watch or just sleep?
I don't mind to watch.
So we'll do 4 watches.
Do 4 watches? All right.
Yep. 4 2-hour watches.
4 2-hour watches. All right. You begin to, you set up camp, you get everything set up. Anything you wish to do for the evening, discuss for the evening, anything like that, you're alone. Like, you don't really hear any animal noises, no bird noises. You can hear the land shift a little bit here or there. Seems distant. Or do you just want to, all right, we're going to go to bed. I'm just leaving it open for you. You guys don't do camping trips very often, so if you guys want to
It's
discuss
been a long
something.
time.
I will, because I'm going to be on watch, I will secure my gear, and just probably take out those neonites. I forget what they were doing.
You were trying to teach them to communicate at the last
Yeah,
time.
the last time. That's what I was doing. And I had something in my bag building, and I can't remember what it was. It wasn't anything in particular.
The last thing that I knew was a copy of TTC, which did get finished, and you were etching runes.
Yes, I was putting the things in.
Yeah.
I will work on that, finishing that up.
All right.
And continue to work on their communication aspect. The aspect ratio of their communication.
All right. All right. Is anybody else doing anything in particular?
I'm thinking I'm going to be sleeping.
Okay. You like
Or
sleep.
forging.
You'll forge a bit. All right.
Continuing to forge that tool.
All right.
Shut up with that hammering.
You're pretty used to it at this point.
I know. And he's pretty used to me whining about it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, probably.
You can go ahead and roll me a forge check. And Rhonda, go ahead and roll me an Arcana to get those runes etched. You're rolling good tonight.
33.
Jeez, oh Pete. You managed to finish those runes, and you think you could probably hold basically a familiar spell onto that TTC. Do you incorporate the communication nanites first, or is that a separate project? Yes. Okay.
I'm going to work on incorporating communication nanites because I want to put them on the construct.
Okay.
The tiny construct. And I want to incorporate them into my mantle, or incorporate or build something.
Okay.
To hold it.
Okay.
For my person. And I want to build 2.
Okay. That way I can incorporate on something else. All right.
Or someone.
Iron flesh of communication. Yes. You will communicate with me. All right. You managed to kind of incorporate some of that communication as well with that level. You finish that. You can probably cast a Find Familiar if you have it available to you.
I do.
Okay.
And
you
I
can
have
do
it
that.
as I will cast the Find Familiar spell
Okay.
onto the nanite TTC.
TTC.
And when I do that, the other TTC will lose it. Unless that's what I'm anticipating, unless because of my skill level going up, I can cast it 3 times. I anticipate that I can only do it on 2.
Oh, okay. You have it on 2. Okay. Oh, that's right, because you have it on TC too.
TC and TTC.
And TTC. Yep. Okay. I was like, no, you can have it on 2. Like, I forgot you had it on TC. All right. Yep, you cast it, and sure enough, it seems to be working.
I
And,
will put him on the ground beside me.
all right.
I will put TTC on one side, TC on the other side, and Buckley standing behind with my gear.
She has all of her constructs. My pretty little constructs. All right. And Fix, go ahead and roll me Forge.
36.
All right. You are forging away, and you get a little lost in it for a little while. It's not going to cut into your long rest, but you're pushing the boundaries at this point. But you do get the rod itself in a good form, in a good shape. I would say you're, I don't know, probably a third of the way done. That was a good roll. And go ahead for first watch, roll me perception. And I will allow you to do so with advantage. Thanks to all your constructs.
That's a 19.
A 19. Okay. As you're watching, you hear the movement of Earth and whatnot, because it gets really quiet once everybody falls asleep, and especially after the forge is put away. It gets really quiet, eerily quiet. And you can hear the movement of the land, like rocks grinding against each other on occasion. Every now and then you hear a splash, like there's water around here. You're not, it's unusual. Not sure what that is. But everything is calm. Nothing seems to coming your way or anything of that nature. It's pretty calm. So you wake up Fix.
I'll wake up Fix. While he's taking watch, I'll get my bed ready for it, and I'm gonna remove my armor, because I know we've never talked about this. This has become a ritual before bed for me. I'm going to remove my armor, and I'm going to stretch and flex and move in different directions. And anybody watching will see that there's some amount of pain on my face. And I will turn on my on my side towards my front to taking the weight of, even though I only have studded leather, taking the weight of the studded leather armor off of my already sore skeletal system. I'll also take off the mantle and set it to the side.
Yeah, the mantle was not an iron flesh, right? It was just a
It
mantle.
is, but it's not the same.
Okay.
You said it kind of grabs me, but it doesn't.
But it can be
not the
off.
same as the other.
Okay. Yeah, because the spine is
Yeah.
not unless you want to surgically remove it. Or just have your spine ripped out. That's fine too.
That can be arranged.
So she is not hiding this. She wakes you up. You kind of start your watch and you see her doing this. You just let her go to sleep, or do you say anything? That's up to you. I'm just giving you the opportunity.
At this point, Fix would probably just let her go to sleep, but make a mental note of it and because he knows what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
Uh,
recognize it.
He'll just make a mental note and plan to talk to her at some point.
All right. So you rest and roll me a perception fix.
I don't like that number. What do I get to add to it?
It's wisdom, ain't it?
Perception. Well, okay. I rolled a 16
Oh, that's not
total.
bad. All right.
Well, that's an 8 on the die.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's my kind of rolls. All right, with a 16, it is eerily quiet. It's once Evangeline kind of settles down and starts to sleep, it's really quiet. Like you expect some kind of night creatures, but there's really nothing here. But you do also hear kind of the rocks shifting and grinding to one another, and you also occasionally hear a splash. It it doesn't. Nothing out here seems to indicate that there is any kind of liquid out here, or river or lake or anything where you're at. Nothing close enough to hear a splash. But you do remember Forsyth saying something about the land changing from liquid to solid and anything in between. So, but there is a splash. Doesn't seem to be threatening in any way. You don't see any movement coming towards you or anything like that. It's just strange noises that you don't expect to hear.
Okay.
Uh, third watch is Kadeth. So whenever you.
Yeah, I'd go and I'd wake him up. I'd tell him what I heard, what I experienced, and my armor would shift, and I would crawl into bed and go to sleep.
That's the benefit of shifting armor.
Right? Must be nice.
All right. So you are on watch, Kadeth. Go ahead and roll me your perception.
Yeah, 19. Really good for
19.
me.
All right. As you're sitting there watching, you also kind of hear the same, kind of the same things, the grinding rocks, an occasional splash. Um, although right before the splash, you're pretty sure you heard a screech of some kind. It was
All right.
almost bird-like in nature. Um, and it seemed in distress. Um, but nothing else is going on, and other than that, there's really no animal noises or anything like that. It's stupid early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. You know, um, you're not really sure what might be going on, but nothing seems to be approaching the camp. Like you don't see anything moving towards you guys or anything like that.
Hmm. Okay. I'll just keep watching. Not really worried about it too much.
All right. Um, you watch. Forsyth is the last to watch.
Let them know what has been heard so far in the night.
You get woke up for final watch, Forsyth. You get told what's going on.
I got a whole 14 on perception.
All right. With your 14, you're looking around and things get really quiet for you. Like, you can kind of hear rocks grinding together, but That's about it. You don't notice anything approaching the camp or anything like that.
Okay.
And eventually, it comes time to wake up.
All right. Well, I'll wake everyone up quietly.
All right.
Time to get up, guys.
All right. You get woke up. The land stayed solid for you. That's a plus. And
I will put back on my armor and put my little constructs back in my bag.
all right. You fix yourself a little breakfast. Stomp out the fire. I didn't even ask you if you did a cold camp or not. And begin more of your journey. Do you get back up in the air, Kadeth?
Yep.
Okay.
It's just easier at the moment.
All right. You continue on your way, still heading southeast toward what you believe is the Twisted Spire. You figure, walking, it'll take you maybe a few days, which is fine. You're walking across the amorphous fields. You know how to avoid the more quicksand consistency of land. So go ahead and roll me. I need one of you to roll me a survival for navigation.
Okay. Who has the best survival? I've got +5.
I got +2.
Probably you.
Not me.
I say wisdom-based skill, probably you.
17.
All right, with a 17, you're able to, without sun, without stars, you're able to kind of keep everybody on track going southeast, just with some of your own survival skills, tracking, training, and techniques that you've learned throughout the years. So you're able to keep everybody on course. I need somebody to roll me a d6 other than
Not me
foresight
this time.
for anything that might happen today as you travel.
I'll roll.
It's your fault this time.
3. All right.
Oh, before you, well, actually, no, that's limited. Never mind. I'm not doing that. I probably should have been, but I'm not.
All right. As you travel, you find. Oh, wrong book. As you are traveling, it's in this book. Boop, 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 boop. You find in the distance, you see what looks like it's floating kind of above the ground. It's circular in shape, looks like a ball, almost like a balloon. As you get a little bit closer to it, you see what looks like an eye in the center of it. It's got some pentacly like things sticking out.
Are there eyes on each of the tentacle things?
Hard to tell at this distance.
How big does it appear to be?
Well, from this distance, I don't know, it might be a large creature of some kind.
Okay. Does it look like what I studied? Like the pygmy hypax?
No, it looks more round than the pygmy
Okay.
hypex. Pygmy hypex tends to like droop its tentacles. It looks a little bit more jellyfishy. This one's kind of
Okay.
circular and it's got tentacles sticking out the top, kind of waving a little bit.
So like a bad hairdo.
Yeah, kind of like a bad hairdo. Do you continue to walk?
How what's the distance range to target, if you will?
Currently, you're probably about 300 feet from it at the moment.
Yeah, we'll close the distance.
Okay. As you
At
get
least
a
I
little,
will.
okay. As you move forward and you get a little closer, you get kind of looks like. Wait, let's try not to give too much away by showing you this picture. Kind of looks like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd looking. As you get a little closer. How far away do you have to be? I'm gonna say you're like within 100 feet. About 100 feet. And it seems to just be floating there.
I'm going to take
Okay.
out my crossbow and put bolts in it.
You can roll me a nature check, Forsyth, because you also read books about the amorphous fields.
Right.
Seeing eventually
Okay.
pull her
This one wasn't
crossbow,
in it.
I'll pull my shield.
That's probably good.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay, yeah, you're not quite sure what this is. Exactly.
Okay. I'm going to take my inspiration here and re-roll,
Okay.
which was a good one. 24.
Oh wow. Yeah. You vaguely
It was in the back of the
remember.
book.
It was in the back of the book. You were falling asleep, and you're like, "Wait a minute, this might be that one thing." You're pretty sure it is a gas spore.
Okay.
It's basically a ball of gas that can be quite explosive.
Do I remember whether it was aggressive or not?
No. As far as you know, it's not aggressive. They're
Okay, then I'm going to start taking off or walking off towards the side, near
all
it,
right.
but not at it.
All right. Okay. All right. As you walk off to the side, you see it kind of shift and turn just a little bit, like it's watching you. How close do you get to it?
I will get no closer than 30 feet from it.
Okay. All right. It hovers there, and it kind of turns, almost as if it's wanting to keep the whole party in sight. I don't know if everybody follows Forsyth, or is everybody following Forsyth, moving off to the side and kind of staying outside of 30 feet of it?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will stay at least 80 feet away from it.
So as the rest of you kind of do this thing, Evangeline's going to go, I'm going to just take a wide berth.
And when I get to that 30-foot mark, I'm going to detect thoughts.
Okay. Does it have to have a specific intelligence level for it to work?
I am unsure.
Double check that for me.
Yes, 3.
3. Okay. It does not seem to connect to anything.
Okay, no problem.
It's stupid.
All right. It's a cleric. No. Everything in wisdom, nothing in intelligence.
All right. You pass it by?
And yeah, we'll pass it by. I will watch over my shoulder somewhat, but we will keep on moving. Ease on down the
Okay.
road.
All right. You ease on down the road.
Yeah.
As you kind of keep an eye on it, it stays hovering there, and it seems to turn to watch you. But it's just hanging out there.
No problem.
As
Have a
you
great
continue
day.
moving. Bye.
Hasta luego.
Hasty lumbago.
Hasta lumbago. All right. You continue onward, and it's like, okay, that's a little interesting. You you waving bye to Joe?
uh, Joe wants to get some chips, so Joe's gonna be snacking.
Um,
I want
so
some chips. I had some chicken chips, but I don't. The buffalo are too hot for me. I can't eat them without sour cream.
oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I don't get to snack. I mean, I could snack, but it would be, I don't know. Talking with your mouth full is really rough.
I'm pretty good at it.
So anyway, you continue onward. You pause to eat a little lunch. You move on your way. So far, the amorphous fields is okay. You know, there's a few things you need to watch out for, but we could probably do this. I need somebody to roll a d6 for the second half of the day. Kadeth or Fix?
I can do it.
Fix is like 20 feet away from his dice, so give me
4.
Kadeth got it.
I got a 4.
All right.
we're working our way up the dice.
All right. With a 4, you work your way. You continue to go southeast because your survival check is for the day. You continue to go southeast and head. Oh, I did not mark these. Where the heck are they? Maybe you don't run into them because now I need to find them. No. You continue on down the way and you find as you traverse the land, you do come upon a more watery substance, like almost swampy.
Okay. Is it blocking our path?
No, you could probably go around it.
Okay, for now we will carefully go around it.
Okay. You work your way around it. You see some bubbles coming up out of the waters. You're pretty sure something's in those waters as you go around it.
Again, I'll watch over my shoulder. Someone else watch in front of me.
As he's watching kind of behind him, he's going to attempt to keep from falling in the water. All right. After a little bit of time, I need, let me see. Well, where the heck is my dice? There they are. Ouch. Pardon me while I get my dice out.
Thought maybe you had a trap in there.
You know, it did hurt my thumb. All right. There are 5 of you.
It'll come on, Buckley.
All right. There is a tendril that reaches out. Oh, that's a pretty good. At Forsyth.
Of course.
Because I rolled a 2 and it won 2. You're the second video on my screen.
I'm the first on mine.
And does a 17 hit you?
I don't know. Yes, it does.
All right. You are going
Just.
to get wrapped in a tendril. Oh, that was a crappy damage roll. You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled by a tendril. Everybody else sees this tendril like whip out of nowhere and grab a hold of Forsyth, and he's wrapped up kind of in this tendril as a creature floats up out of the water and begins to hover up maybe, I don't know what, 10 feet in the air? Not even 10 feet. He hovers in the air, maybe 5 feet in the air. And Forsyth, you know what these are.
Ah, this is the pygmy.
Yep. The pygmy
Okay.
happens.
Yeah. And I know
And
that
you
that-
are
it
wrapped
can't
up in
do
a
much else while it's wrapped up on me.
not much.
That doesn't mean there's not more than one.
So everybody roll me initiative.
Don't forget your D8. Get out.
18.
Okay.
8.
Wow, that's low for you. Seems low
Yeah.
for you. Kadeth.
Working on it. All right. Well, that would be a whole 8.
That's with your D8?
Yep.
Holy crap.
Rolled higher in the D8 than I did on the D20.
You seem to do that with with this more often than not.
It's a good thing you give him a D8.
It'd almost be better to give me another D20, but I'm not sure that would do any good.
Fix, what did you get?
22.
All right. What is their dexterity? Okay.
If you need my dexterity, it's a +0.
Oh no. Oh no. Me roll that high.
Oh,
No.
their dexterity is only +1.
Yeah. But you see 1. So that brings us to Fix. You are first. You saw that tendril come out and grab a hold of Forsyth, and he's kind of wrapped up in the tendril. It's the only one you see right now.
Well, if it's
But-
the only one I see right now, I'm not going to like unload everything on it. So, let's see how this goes over. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Depends on what you're casting. What are you casting?
Mind sliver.
Does it require an intelligence?
No.
Okay. I rolled a 17. That brought it to 12.
Oh Lord.
Now you know why I asked if it required an intelligence.
Yeah. 16 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And on as well, you must subtract 1d4 from your next saving throw.
Ah, jeez, you. Okay. On the next saving throw. All right. That brings us to. Oh shoot, I'm looking at the wrong spot. Forsyth, you are next.
Well, knowing that the dagger of venom is not going to do much damage on it because they're
Yes.
immune to poison.
It is a free action to speak if you want to share that with your party.
I just did.
Okay.
I am going to what am I going to do? I'm going to just actually I'm going to shapeshift.
Okay.
It's within 10 feet of me because that's the
It
length
is.
it can attack.
Yep.
And it's large. And so if I shapeshift into something huge, that's going to cause it a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
So I'm going to shapeshift into a giant crocodile, which can handle the liquid anyway. And I'm going to take a bite out of crime.
All right. I don't know. Can you grapple something that's larger than you? I mean, this just says you're
You can
grappled.
certainly
It
try.
doesn't say.
Yeah, you can grapple it, but
Okay. All right.
it's like grabbing onto a kid grabbing onto a leg.
Yeah. All right. It is still you are still technically grappled, so it is
But
with
I'm biting its
disadvantage.
tentacle.
Yeah.
And so the crocodile rolled that's an 8 on the die plus 8.
Oh, 16.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, giant crocodile. Okay,
Dang.
I'm looking at the wrong thing
I
there.
just now
Yeah,
looked
that's
at his
plus
armor
8.
class.
Yeah, that's 13.
That's a hit.
And that's let's see, 3d10 plus 5.
Oh, dang.
Oh, well, 17 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to break out. I don't need to.
All right. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, tendrils. There it is. Okay. It's per round, not on a specific turn. Okay. That brings us to Evangeline.
Am I within 30 feet of it?
If
Can
you
I
want to be,
get within 30 feet of it and not be in the water?
yes.
I'm going to move.
Well, it was within 10 feet of the water's edge.
Yeah, because he wasn't on the water.
I'm going to move
Might
to
be now,
melee
but
range and take 2 swings with the great sword.
okay. You're gonna chop.
The first one is a 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
The second one is a 30 to hit.
Nah, that one missed.
What?
Its AC greatly improves after being hit 3 times. It's got unnatural armor.
Gotta know your audience.
Evangeline's got some newfound strength going on here. Y'all seeing her wielding a greatsword with much ease.
Or near great.
The greatest of ease.
No,
Woo!
skateboard.
And that's 25
25 points of damage.
slashing damage from a magical weapon.
All right.
Putting the hurt on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. It is bleeding. Well,
And
it's dripping. Not sure that it has like
for
blood.
my bonus
Might be
action,
oozing.
for my bonus action, I will have Buckley attack.
All right.
And he is going to do...
Fix, how far away did you need to be for that?
Hit.
That hits to do the mind sliver. Was that a 30-foot range?
The range on that is 60 foot.
60 foot. Okay.
And I'd probably been around 40 feet.
And that is
Okay.
8. Nope. Yes, 8 points of force damage.
From Buckley.
Yes.
All right. It's not looking pretty. Kadath, you're
Okay.
up.
Is anybody still near me?
I mean, sure, Fix can be near you.
Well, because I'm still levitating, so
Oh, that's right. But that's at will.
Well-
You could drop it and just go. I mean,
I
you
could.
could drop it with
If
free
you
action.
are attached to Buckley, he moved into melee range and
That's
you've
true.
been
Oh.
pulled in.
then I'm
So
good.
you
I'll
got
just
pulled in.
I'm being pulled along with Buckley.
All right.
Like a balloon.
Yeah. It's a
So-
Kadath
Balloon
balloon.
on a string.
I'm attacking Kadath balloon. So then I'm going to use my bonus action for Hexblade's Curse on the one right here.
Okay.
Are we attacking the one that Forsyth is
Attached to
being
currently.
held
Yeah.
by? Okay. Is there any other of them
You don't
close
see
by?
any others yet. This is the only one that you see.
Okay. Well, I have to be able to see them for
Yeah.
things to work.
None others seem to have made themselves present.
So I will just
3.
use the or I'll do the Hexblade's Curse and attack it normal then.
Okay.
Let's see, it's +6. First one is. I'm just checking, double checking. So okay, it's first one is a lot, 32 to hit,
Yeah.
I'll get them
and
later.
18 damage.
Okay. 18. It's barely standing, floating.
Well, second one, I'm going to use a point of lucky so that I don't have a natural one there.
All right.
Because I always forget that I have lucky.
Yep.
Oh, how about a natural 20 instead?
That will work.
A
How
lot
do you
of
want?
damage.
You can slice through this creature quite nicely.
Let's see, max. That's 16, 22 plus die is another 4, so 26 damage.
26 damage. Yeah, that will do it. You kind of slice through it and you see it like almost lightning color kind of just flash through it as it suddenly explodes and colors just fly out everywhere. I need Evangeline, Buckley, Forsyth, and Kadeth all to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm a crocodile.
Yep, your crocodile dexterity.
Is not very high.
Ouch.
9.
9. Yeah, you're not very dexterous. You were also just grappled, so you couldn't.
15. That's pretty good for dex for me. Or 6. Wait, it's a saving throw? I got a 16.
Save, yes.
So am I a blue crocodile? Or
I got a 19 and Buckley got a 16.
All right. The only one that seemed to have failed this was indeed Forsyth. As a crocodile.
Well, he was right there.
Yeah, you were right there. That's true. You take 18 points of necrotic damage. Kadeth and Evangeline and Buckley are all going to take 9 points of necrotic damage as you are just blasted with these clashing colors that somehow have some kind of physical presence to it. You feel it. Well, it's not really physical because it's necrotic damage. You feel it kind of just pass through you and just kind of drain you a little bit. You, however, as the crocodile, roll me a d6, Forsyth.
Okie dokie. 3.
Okay, with a 3, everybody will notice. He doesn't notice really, but the teeth of the crocodile take on this new hue that is bright in color.
So he got
It's
colorful
got
suddenly.
kind of a, yeah, you know, that like neon blue kind of color. That's his teeth are kind of like that now.
I'm curious what's that's going to translate to when he goes into his form.
Bright blue crocodile teeth. Huh.
Nothing, because it stays with the crocodile.
I think it'd be cooler if it was like
I know.
his teeth or
You
his
now have
hair or something.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bluetooth. Yeah.
Um, so, so that happens, and then that was Cadet's turn, and then you see um, two more of these kind of pop up out of the waters. One of them is slinging his tendril at Fix. Oh, that's gonna fail. That's a 12. Um, that was a lousy roll. And the other one is gonna sling a tendril at Cadeth, and that was a 15. I don't think that hits you either, does it?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So they both sling tendrils at you guys, and doesn't catch either one of you. But you have two more. Fix, one is within 10 feet of you because their reach is 10 feet. And the other
These are
one is
popping up after I killed the one, right?
right, yeah, because their turn was after yours.
Dang it. All right. Well, then my and the damage that it sent out would have technically been before it died, or as it's dying.
As it's dying, yeah.
Is because I get 22 hit points back
Okay.
when it dies, so
Yeah. So yeah, it was as it's dying, so it can
it kind of negates the damage I
kind
took.
of negates the damage. Yeah.
Okay. But
You
since
did enough
popped,
damage to
since I
kill it,
didn't
but it
see
exploded.
them, yeah, since I didn't
Yeah.
see them before or while it was right when it died, I couldn't transfer the curse to them. So
Yeah. Yeah, but the others just now appeared. But there
okay.
are two. Fix, you are up. You have one within 10 feet of you. And you saw the flash of color that hit your, that definitely seemed to drain your mates there.
All right. Hmm. Oh wow, I got the
Oh, you're
hiccups.
shaking.
So what I'm going to do is
I hate the hiccups.
I'm gonna move. I'm like within 10 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
move. Actually, I'm going to activate. Do they need activation?
I think it's a bonus action.
What?
I could be wrong. You have to look
For what activation?
to activate his winged boots. He has
Oh,
winged boots.
I think
They are
that's an
not
action.
activated. I can just
Great.
do it
Oh,
according to this. It just says you can use the boots
you
to
are
fly up to
you
4
are muted,
hours.
but
Am I muted? Or
oh
somebody else?
no
no,
no no.
no.
Forsyth, he was talking
Oh,
to.
gotcha.
He was
No,
talking
can
about
just
the grapes.
gotcha. Nope, can just do it. So I'm going to
Oh, okay.
fly um 30 feet away.
All right.
So that I am trying to end up not within 30 feet of either of them.
Okay. It's gonna attempt to sling a tendril at you as you leave. Well, the
That's fine.
D12 is not gonna cut it. Yeah, that was another 12.
All right. And then once I get there, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to fling a firebolt at it.
All right.
That is a 20 something. 20 what? What is it?
If it's above a 13, it hits. Just roll damage.
Oh, okay. I don't think I can roll below a 13. Nope,
Yeah,
only on a natural one.
yeah. I was gonna say most of you are pretty where you're gonna hit this just about every time.
Don't ever say that.
I mean,
I
if it
can
makes
miss.
you guys roll ones.
30 points of fire damage.
30 points. All right.
And I don't have any bonus action that I want to do. So that would be it.
All right, that's it for you. You see Fix kind of take off into the air about 30 feet to get away from this thing and shoot some fire at it. It's effective. Um, that brings us to Fix, or not Fix, Forsyth.
You're muted still.
How far apart are they?
The two of them are approximately 40 feet apart.
Oh, okay. So I can only get to one.
Yeah.
I will go after the nearest one. I have a speed
All
of
right.
50.
You're definitely going to reach the one next to
On the
Cadet.
water.
It's the closest. Yeah.
On the water, I have 50. On the ground, I have 30.
It is it's above the water. Yeah. So you
Okay.
can reach it easy.
Okay, so I'm going to take a bite out of crime.
All right.
But unfortunately, I only rolled an 11. That's
Okay.
with a +8.
So everybody but the crocodile could probably hit this thing. you swim along the water and you kind of use your momentum to jump up out of the water a little bit, but you fall just a little short.
But I can take the damage better.
That's true. You can take the damage.
Yeah, I can take quite a bit of damage.
That brings us to Evangeline. Oh, unless there was something else you wanted to do, Forsyth.
No, I can take
Move
3
and
times
attack.
the damage. So.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but can
Evangeline.
you hurt them when they try to hurt you?
Yeah.
That's what I need to play warlocks more with Armor of Agathis and stuff like that.
It's such a good spell.
It's the only way I do damage.
As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat.
She's going to retweet.
Retweet.
Expeditious Retweet. I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
60
Expeditious retweet does. Now I'm saying it. Does not.
We still need that as a T-shirt.
Does not.
I really think so.
Invoke an attack of opportunity. Correct.
I'm sorry. What?
The expeditious retreat does not provoke an attack of opportunity, if I recall correctly. Correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you
And
back up how far?
I'm gonna back up 60 feet.
Okay. All right.
And
Get the heck out of Dodge.
Put me out there, and I'm gonna use my bow, my crossbow.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot.
All right. The closest one is the one that's on Cadet, or you can shoot the one that Fix quickly evaded.
The first one was a 28. The second one was a 25.
Okay. Which one are you hitting?
Okay. I'll hit the one by Cadet.
Okay.
I guess.
They both hit.
And that is 25 points of piercing damage from a magical weapon.
Okay. It takes those hits. It's effective. Like it doesn't seem to be immune or resistant to anything like that. That brings us to Cadet.
All right. You said there's one basically next to me.
Right there. You're good.
All right. I'm going to cast. I'm going to.
Just got shot with a couple crossbow bolts. Wow, I'm having a hard time tonight. Of course, I think I say that every week. I just can't speak anymore.
Spend sorcery points to cast as a bonus action Armor of Agathist.
Okay.
And
leave her alone.
Then attack this thing.
All right. Anything above a 13?
Anything above a 13?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I don't roll a natural 1, I hit it. Okay, I didn't roll a natural 1.
Fixes in the same.
I got a 3 on the die. which gives me a 17.
All right.
I'm at a plus 14 to hit right now. It's a little ridiculous.
These aren't super strong creatures.
15, So 15 damage
All
for the
right.
first one, and then 15 damage for the second one.
All right. It's looking rough. It's bleeding. It's oozing. That's right. It's oozing. It's a little bit more jellyfish like. You notice that as you're slicing through it. It's
Amorphous.
got yeah. It's almost amorphous. That brings us to their turn. This one is going to attempt to sling its tendril at you again. Oh, this time it's going to try to do it twice. Ooh, the first one was an unnatural 20. Well, I don't
who?
know what you're to Kadeth. Sorry.
Oh.
Kadeth,
Huh?
an unnatural 20.
No.
Doggone you. Well, that's an unnatural 20 for its second attack too. So it missed. The one that was next to you, Fix, takes a moment, realizes you are no longer next to it, and you flew up in the air, so you're not even at the ground anymore. And does a quick survey and heads over to Buckley. That's a 19 to hit. Did the 19 hit Buckley? Oh, this will be fun. Kadeth, are
Yes.
you attached to Buckley? Does that hit Buckley?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Currently I am, but
10. That's 13 piercing damage toward
I
Buckley.
assume we've done it in a way where I can
And
detach
Buckley
easily.
is grappled.
Why didn't it grapple me? Man.
Well, because it missed you. The other one missed you. So Buckley is
Look
now
at it.
grappled.
Here, look, I'll stand still. Hit me.
Hit me. And Buckley is grappled. That brings us back to the top with Fix.
Okay. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm done with chip eating, so I will turn back on my camera. How far is the one away from me that went to Buckley now?
With your trajectory, probably about 60 feet.
Okay. Still within range. Another firebolt.
All right.
And that is a crit.
Oh, might be gone. Somebody's getting into something.
Sorry.
Aha, it's you.
For a total of wow. Okay. 71 points of fire damage.
Nikes. It seems to go up in flames. You see a flash of color go about, and as it dies, it sends out a flash of color. I need Kadeth, Buckley, and Forsyth to roll me dexterity saving throws.
I think Buckley should turn pink.
You think Buckley should what?
Turn pink.
Turn pink.
I'm 11.
I'm 11.
15.
15.
It's not bad
roll
for the
for
cat.
Buckley.
Not bad
What
for the
am I rolling
crocodile.
Buckley for?
Dexterity saving.
That is a 24.
All right. Kadeth, you failed
Buckley
this.
has really good dexterity.
7, 14. So, Kadeth, you're taking 14 points of necrotic damage as the color flashes across you. Well, Kadeth is... Oh, no, Kadeth's not grappled. Buckley was grappled. Oh, Buckley was grappled. That would be a disadvantage.
rolled another 17.
Oh,
So
well, that's fine.
it's the
Then he
same
takes
thing.
7 points of necrotic, and Forsyth, your crocodile is going to take 7 points of necrotic. Kadeth, roll me a 6-sider. 5. Okay, you are going to have suddenly, as you got hit with this color and whatnot, you kind of put up a hand to kind of stop it, and it turns your hand kind of a neon green looking color, and it's a very bright color. It doesn't shed light, like it doesn't create light, but
Right.
it is a bright color.
Make people laugh.
So,
That's
so
a
the
little weird.
crocodile has glowing teeth, and Kadeth has a glowing arm.
Well, it's
I've
not
got
glowing,
Bluetooth.
it's just colorful.
It's just colorful. All right, that brings us to, unless you have something else you're going to do, Fix. You exploded that poor pygmy.
Where's the other one?
The
How
other
far
one
is
is
it?
next to Kadeth. It's about 60
Also.
feet. It's not.
Okay.
They're all
Then I'm
about
just
right
gonna
there.
chill where I'm at.
Okay. You're not getting hit with any color. All right, that brings us
I
to
enjoy my red hair. Thank you very much.
Forsyth. Don't want it to change.
21.
21 will hit. Anything above 13.
18 points of damage. What kind of damage is that?
It's probably piercing if you're biting.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, it's piercing damage. And he's grappled.
Well, you are grappled. It's not grappled. Oh, no, you've just grappled it. Okay.
Yeah.
Andy's grappled. Okay. All right. You grab a hold of that thing and it gets pulled down toward the water some because it was
Right.
hovering. So it gets pulled down toward the water some. And that brings us to Evangeline. It is now being grappled by a crocodile, which
All
will make.
right. I'll take 2 shots with my arrows.
Just make it restrained.
My crossbow.
Oh, that's what it does on its second turn. Oh, I guess technically no. Now
What
that
do
look
I
at it
have?
again.
What did we have to hit it?
At least the
13.
13.
I have a plus 13, so.
So don't
Both
roll
hit.
a 1.
Roll 20s.
Didn't roll a 20. Didn't roll a 1. Ooh. Okay. That's a 21 points of piercing damage.
21 points of piercing damage as it gets stuck through with an arrow, and light begins to flitter and flash, and it explodes. I need Forsyth, Kadeth, and Buckley to roll a dexterity saving throw. I'm seeing a theme here. Ouch.
15 that time.
17.
Buckley, get down.
Buckley got a 13.
All right. All of it explodes. Buckley just passed. All of it explodes. And it passes through all of you. All of you are going to take 8 points of necrotic damage, and nobody gets discolored.
Oh,
8 points.
8. 8 necrotic.
Good.
Evangeline has to sleep. I might have to buy some paint.
Still not through my temporary.
on my bonus action.
Yeah.
Buckley will do a repair,
Okay.
a self repair.
Okay.
I wish I could do a self repair.
Any more of
I
them
can.
pop up?
No, that does not look like any of them popped up.
I'm gonna stay in croc form until we get further from the water.
I still got 3 points on my armor of Agathis for an hour, so
And when I say I wish I could do self repair, I'm talking about in real life.
Yeah,
right.
likewise, I'm
nice.
sure.
Then I wouldn't have so many
Likewise.
doctor appointments.
Right?
Okay. All right. You don't see any more popping up. You begin to leave the area. It seems like you've avoided this little cluster of pygmies. Um, you do realize that they do tend to be in packs. And okay. And you kind of knew this, Forsyth, which is,
Yeah.
but they do tend to be in packs. And you move on. You've seen a pygmy in action, and you travel onward. Night begins to fall, or darkness begins to kind of close in. You find another spot that has kind of some solid ground to it, and you make camp. And that is where we're going to take a quick break because I need to go to the potty. You have about 2 more days of travel ish.
Okay.
It's fun. We haven't traveled this way in a while.
That's true. You
Yeah.
haven't.
Kind of
And
nice doing a
you,
old school travel.
Yeah.
you couldn't pick a better place to go traveling where there's danger at every turn.
I mean, some
Yeah,
days
but
we got to slum it.
that's the fun part.
Yeah, that is the fun part.
All right. We'll be right back.
We'll
Give
be
us
right
10.
back.
Yeah.
2. And we're back.
All right. Hello, welcome back. And we are settled down for camp number 2. Same watches.
Right. Timex.
Okay. All right. Let's synchronize. Let us start with Evangeline. You are on watch. Anything you guys want to do before you like bed down for the night? Just conversations or anything you want to bring up. It's totally up to you.
Fix would probably continue foraging.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
He
me
has a
forge.
goal to finish this tool.
All right.
16 plus 17, whatever that equals.
A lot. Okay.
23.
16
Yeah,
and
20
17
or
is
33. Sorry,
3.
33, not 23. 33.
Math is hard
Mhm.
for most. And
I don't
all right.
agree.
So that's why I said for most. There's a few of us that just come by it naturally. You get another with this amount of time and work, and you're not being disrupted from various other sources. You're going to get another third of it done. You've got 2/3 of this rod done.
Ooh. I need to invent D&D headphones so that I can just zone out on the foraging and not hear anybody in town. Not get disturbed at all.
Earplugs.
I will continue to work on my communication nanites.
All right. Go ahead and roll your Numenera for that. Play trombone. 30 something?
38.
38. Good heavens. All right.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. You work on
Or
the
really, I rolled a
nanites.
Christmas bell, but
Oh, you know. You work on the nanites some more, and you do begin to see with some clusters, like you get 4 of them here and 4 of them here. You are starting to see some connection between the two. You are garnering this communication thing. So you've got a few nanites in each location to like really amplify that. You have a feeling that the further the distance, probably the more nanites that need to be involved so that it can amplify that sound wave in essence between the two to create that magical effect. So you're on to something. And all right. So we bed down for the evening. And Evangeline, you take first watch. Roll me perception.
How about if I change my glasses so I can see my dice?
Probably would be helpful.
Also 13. Nope, 15.
15. All right. Kind of the same thing as before. You kind of hear rocks grinding, a couple of splashes here or there. And you kind of get why the splashing at this point, because you did just pass through a swamp-like area without vegetation. It's just rocks and stuff. There is like no vegetation out here, just the rocks, which is kind of odd, but it is what it is. And you, that's about it. You don't see anything coming towards you at all. And
Okay.
the night is peaceful. You wake up fixed for second watch.
Wake up fixed for second watch and same ritual as last night.
All right. As she's bedding down, Fix would probably take a look at her and say, well, better on you than its last owner.
At least I'm not trying to kill you.
Yet.
Yet.
It could be a fun fight.
It's an interesting experience. It's a little painful.
Isn't life?
Mostly.
And with that, he would just turn and go on his watch. As he's turning away, his apron turns into the armor as he preps for
Alright.
watch.
Alrighty.
That is 22.
22. You are watching. And as you're watching, you notice a little ways away, it doesn't quite look like the land. You're kind of used to the land, how it moves and the rocks rubbing together. This is almost without form. It's almost like an
blob.
ooze or blob. Yeah, and it just kind of falls and twists around itself. It seems to be not very quickly headed your guys' direction.
It's kinetic sand.
How not very quickly? Like it's gonna be here in 12 hours or it's gonna be here in 20 minutes.
Well, it could be there probably in 20 minutes.
I'll keep watching it for 10 minutes.
Okay. It's continuously moving. As it gets a little closer, you kind of see it almost seems to fold around itself. You know those like little blocks that you fold it one way and then you flip it the other way and you can like change the sizes of it. It's kind of like that. It's folding itself in weird directions, and every now and then it takes a shape that you see that you kind of saw before, and then it'll fold again. You know, um, and as you're watching it, every now and then you see like
Boy.
a tendril or what maybe is a hand or something, kind of just fling out and around and kind of fold back into it. Um, it's very weird, and it is
And it's
getting
still
closer.
coming towards.
Hmm.
I'd go over and kind of tap Forsyth's shoe with my foot to wake him up.
All right, Forsyth, you
But
get discerned.
That's what I'm at. That's why I woke you up. I don't know what it is. And I'd point it out. to him.
okay.
Okay, he points it out to you, and you kind of see the same thing. It looks like an ooze or a blob that just kind of folds around itself, and it's moving. I mean, it seems to be that's how it's moving, is it's folding around itself and kind of grabbing a little bit of the land and pulling forward, and it seems to be moving towards you.
If it continues on this path, it'll be here in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
You read all about this place.
Yeah.
You want to roll your nature?
Yeah. Let me roll my nature. I couldn't roll one more over. 8.
8. You have no idea.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what I thought.
not something you recall reading about. Some kind of blob or ooze or something that lives in this area. Not a clue.
How close do you have to be to detect their thoughts?
30 feet.
We are more than, well, I guess the question is, are we more than 30 feet away? I don't actually know the speed.
You are. Currently, it's about 40 feet away. It's moving slowly.
Well, we could walk to the edge of the camp and see if it has any thoughts.
I'll move 10 feet closer and check it for thoughts.
Okay. Surface thoughts. You get. You get like thirst for knowledge. You get interesting. You get a feeling of curiosity.
Okay.
That's surface level.
It's trying to learn. So
My question is, how does it learn?
Do you want to try
Well,
to dig deeper?
that's a good question. That I don't know.
Are you digging deeper?
Yeah, I'm gonna dig deeper.
Oh, that was a lousy save. That was a 10. All right, as you dig a little deeper, you kind of hear must absorb. Must
Yeah,
feed.
that's not a good thought. It sounds like yeah, literally absorbs knowledge.
Oh. I will walk over and tap Kadath and Evangeline on the foot as well. I mean, you want me to
get woke up?
We got some company.
I will get up and don my armor.
All right. Well, in
will
the
help.
10 minutes it takes to don your armor.
I don't have that kind of armor.
The thing will actually reach the camp. Oh.
I'll get
You
up
got
and
time.
see what's going on.
It's leather armor in the form of a vest.
So it's
Oh,
pretty
my
darn quick.
Yep. All right. So you all get up. You get your armor on. You see this thing kind of moving towards you. Now that it's noticed you are waking, it moves rather suddenly, and it is in the middle of you all. And I need initiatives.
Oh, he doesn't even want to talk.
Nope.
No, wants to absorb.
Wants to
Yeah.
absorb.
We have not had a
You have
Have
not had
we
a long rest.
Yeah, so we do not have the D8. Chuck.
No
Maybe
D8.
you'll roll better this time.
Well, I did. I actually got a 10.
What?
I got a 20.
6.
19.
Yeah, okay.
Evangeline.
I got a 19 and Buckley got a 15.
Oh, Buckley goes on his own initiative? I thought he just followed you.
Oh no, he goes on my initiative. Never mind. We got an 18.
I was like, what?
Different thing, different campaign.
Oh,
All right. That brings us to he moves suddenly and he's in the middle of everything, which totally like I didn't think you could move that fast. But we start with Forsyth.
Okay.
kick him in the knee.
Let's see. I haven't.
Where?
I
Have
haven't.
it in the other knee.
Oh, let
Have
me
I
show
got
you
at
what this
least an
thing
hour?
looks like. This thing looks like that.
Okay. How big is it?
It is large.
Okay.
I
I've
saw
had
there
at
was
least an
something
hour rest,
docked.
right?
Yes. You what?
Did we get
I've
short
had
rest at least?
an hour.
Yeah.
You could take a short rest, and Forsyth could take a short rest, but Evangeline and Fix were working on stuff.
Okay. No problem. I got a short rest in. Therefore, I am going to become my favorite, a fire elemental.
Fire elemental.
And
Except
I
you
am
have
going
things
to.
that-
Huh?
Nothing.
It's
Oh
time
wait,
to.
Fix, you were also asleep for 2 hours. You would have also had a short rest.
Okay. Doesn't do anything for me, but
Okay.
It does for me.
Yeah, no. Kadath and Forsyth are the ones that
Are the ones that
are
get really.
need short rests.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if
This.
Evangeline gets anything from it, but
I don't think so.
Okay, so this will bring this up at full. Fire elemental. Speed is 50. I will move to the nearest one, and I will
only one, it looks like.
Make 2 touch attacks.
Okay.
+6 to hit, reach of 5 feet. First one is indeed a natural 1.
That's a miss.
Second one is
As you went to reach for him, you kind of just got drawn to the campfire.
second one is 19 plus the modifier, which is
That's gonna hit.
yeah, that's gonna hit. That would be +6. 2d6 plus 3 fire damage. 2d6. That's 10 points of fire damage.
All right. It doesn't seem to do quite as much as you expected it to.
I guess I should have gone with the water elemental.
It was a nice thought, but unfortunately.
Yeah, life goes on. Yeah, but
Yep.
I got so many damage resistance immunities.
That's true. That brings us to Fix or Evangeline. You both got 19. I don't care really who goes first.
Go ahead, Evangeline.
All right. I will go ahead and send 2 bolts.
All right.
The first one is a 21.
21 hits.
Nope, I lied. It's a 31.
Nope, it missed.
The second one is not as good. It is a dirty 20.
Okay, still hits.
Yes, that's right. For 24 points of piercing damage, it is a magical weapon.
It does what you expect it to. And it kind of folds in on itself a little bit and absorbs your bolt. Fix.
Did it look like the bolt was effective?
And Buckley will make his way
yeah.
to death.
Definitely did damage. It just kind of swallowed it.
Gotcha. Don't know if this is going to work, but I need a intelligence saving throw.
That is a 21. I don't know what your DC is.
That's above it. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
You know what? No. Let's see if it even takes half damage.
What are you sending at it?
Mind Sliver.
Ah, okay. Isn't that psychic damage?
Yep. But it doesn't take any because it's saved.
Oh, okay. So it's negate for half, or negate for a
and
save.
then I'm going to fly up 30 feet.
You don't want this thing anything near you, do you?
Nope. I don't have enough intelligence for it to drain. Come on. I'm a charisma-based character.
That brings us to its turn. It got a 15. It is going to lash out 3 of its look like tendrils. Although, I mean, they kind of act like tendrils, but they look a little bit more like intestines. It's very weird. It lashes out some of these intestines, and it lashes one out at Kadeth. Oh, that was a lousy roll. That was an 11. One at Forsyth. Oh, that was much better. That is a 25. And one out at Evangeline, because you haven't moved, right? You're still standing in camp.
Yes, but I would have made sure I was far enough away to fire my bolt without.
Oh,
just
that's right,
hitting-
because your bolt is distance. So it'll be reaching out to Buckley, because Buckley moves next to Kadeth.
Mhm.
And that was a natural 20. 12. I'll do Buckley first. 17. That is 25 points of piercing damage to Buckley. And it seems that it wants to pierce it, but Buckley seems unaffected by it. Forsyth, you
Yeah.
are taking 15 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a
Okey-dokey.
Constitution saving throw.
All right, 15 of damage. Apply that. And a con save. Is this got poison or disease in it?
No.
Okay. Because I would get advantage then. 16.
Right. 16. All right, you managed to save. You feel when it pierces through you, you feel almost like you were you waver a little bit, almost like you were just going to fall over.
Right.
Like not be controlling of your body, like almost like you just got injected with a whole bunch of drugs. But it's not disease or poison. It's more like sleep, causing you to go to sleep. But you managed to fight it off.
Right.
Unfortunately, because I can't do anything until somebody falls to this. All right. That brings us back to Kadeth.
All right.
One of these intestine things tried to pierce through you, but missed.
This thing could be annoying then. You know, and since it woke us up in the middle of the night, I'm going to use Finger of Death.
Ah, that's a save, isn't it?
Yep, Constitution save.
That's an unnatural 20.
Really?
Yep.
All right, so it takes half damage. It needed a 19. How dare you roll high? All right.
It's the first time in a long time.
That's right. Let me have it.
He gonna let you have it.
29 plus
Do
30.
the little matrix thing. Bring it on.
So 59. So half of that.
25, 29.
Yep.
All right.
Wouldn't it be like 24?
No. Half.
59 cut in half
Ha-
is. Oh no, you're right. 29.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's
out
one
of
less than
pick.
30. Well, 30 round down.
It's
Or-
okay, Joe.
I need to actually get sleep.
29 and a half, technically, you know.
Well, we're
I
all
don't think I've
next
gotten
week.
more than 4 hours of sleep in like 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, yes, you need to sleep. All right, that brings us back to the top with Forsyth.
Well,
Oh, wait,
dang
are
it, I
you doing
forgot to
something
do
else?
that time. Well, that's all right. Go.
Because you can still do
Okay.
a bonus action
Oh,
if you want to.
Bonus action Hexblade's Curse. I meant to do that ahead
Okay.
of time, but it's okay.
Okay, but now it's there for next time.
Yeah.
Forsyth.
Okay, so 2 attacks.
All right.
That's a natural 1.
I can always count on you.
And that's a 22.
The 22 hits.
That's max damage. So that's 15 points of fire damage.
All right. Again, still doesn't do quite as much as you anticipate,
Right. But it does something.
but it does something. That is for sure. All right. That brings us to Evangeline.
All right. I got a 21. I'm casting Witch's Bolt. It's a
Okay.
21 to hit. I am
Okay.
casting it at
You really should
4th level.
pick the level before you roll, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I had to scroll up and remember which level it was. 4th level. And
Good so far.
My dog is needy.
that's 26 points of lightning damage.
26 of lightning. Yep. Okay. 26 of lightning. It does not seem to be as effective as you think it should be.
All right.
But you can maintain concentration and just don't have to. Oh, I really rocked my computer that time. All right. That brings us to. Oh, wait. Buckley. What is Buckley doing? It did get pierced by one of these things and attempted something, but Buckley seems unaffected.
Okay.
At least I assume so. Buckley
Buckley
cannot
is
experience
going
anything that would put him
to
to sleep, right?
What's the question, Jody? I barely heard you.
I said Buckley's immune basically to sleep, like magical sleeps and stuff, right? Because he's a construct.
hold on. I have to go and look.
I just assumed. Maybe I shouldn't have assumed. Maybe I should have asked. Like I said, I've been playing this game for how long now, and I still don't
He's
know what it
immune
is.
to damage, immune to poison, being poisoned, exhaustion, and charmed.
Okay. This was not a charm spell. Okay, have Buckley roll a Constitution save.
A natural 20 for 28.
You're golden.
What?
I said you're golden. You hit this thing with Buckley, or Buckley hits this thing. For how much damage?
Buckley hits for 12 points of force damage.
All right. Ooh, it's starting to look hurt.
And that's my turn.
All right, that brings us to Fix.
Okay.
In
Looks
the
like
air.
Buckley was effective, right?
It was not affected. Buckley was not affected.
No. Buckley was effective.
Oh, effective. Yes.
Effective.
And he does force damage.
So do I. 5th level, right next to it, Big B.
Ah! Big B's head.
Bring
But
out
it's
the
only
big
at
hand.
base level. It's only at base level, so it's not going to do the insane damage.
Only at base level.
That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I was not expecting that to hit.
It's a natural creature. A lot of natural creatures don't have excellent armor class.
Most of mine don't.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 21 points of damage.
21.
Force damage.
All right, you smack it. And it gets very angry.
And
That makes
then...
it. Oh, yep. And then you do what? Because that was bonus action, wasn't it?
No, that was just an action for now.
Oh, that was
To
an
cast
action.
it's an action.
Oh,
Every
just
the
got it.
the next rounds it'll be bonus action.
Gotcha.
No, I think that we're good.
All right. It is going to. It is its turn. It is going to send a tendril toward Bigby's hand because that kind of hurt, and he's going to send a tendril toward, I think, Kadeth again because Kadeth hurt. Oh wait, how many does he do? Oh, he does 3. He's going to send another one toward Forsyth because he doesn't like the fire either, although he's not too afraid of the fire. Okay. Yeah, Kadeth, that was a 14 to hit. Forsyth, that was a whopping 13 to hit. And
Actually, that doesn't hit me. It would if it weren't for that armor sheath.
all right. And then the last one is toward Bigby's hand, which was a 19 to hit. So.
Oh, you need one more.
So close. So close. That was lousy attack
Missed it by
rolls for me.
that much.
Not much. All right. Well, it attempts to send out some tendrils again to attack a couple of things. Fails miserably. Kadeth, it's your turn.
All right. Wait, this thing is looking for knowledge, right?
I mean, yeah, it wants to absorb knowledge.
So it's got to have intelligence.
Yeah. It seemed to resist one of Fix's spells.
Did I recognize what Fix did to know what kind of spell it was?
Oh yes, because you've battled with him multiple times. It was what was it?
I missed that.
The
Mind sliver.
thought one. Yeah, mind sliver.
So it resisted Mind Sliver, which is
It did.
Is that intelligence or
Intel.
wisdom?
It's intelligence.
Probably don't want to do that one then. Or that one. Man, both of those are intelligence saves. What the heck?
It barely resisted it though.
It barely resisted?
Yeah, well, his DC's like a 19.
20.
20. See? I don't know what your DC is, so.
19.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do mental prison. Why not?
All right. That's an intelligence save.
Yep.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Alright, so he's gonna take still half damage. Let me make sure. Successful save, just 5d10.
Ouch. That might kill it all the same. This is psychic damage, right?
Yeah. That's a horrible roll. That's a whole 15.
Okay, maybe not.
That was a really bad roll.
That was a really bad roll.
I rolled a 1 and 2 2s.
That was pretty bad. That brings us back to the top with Forsyth.
Okay, well, kind of locked myself into this for now, so here we go. 15
That just hits.
and 16.
So that one will hit as well. You actually
So-
got 2 hits on him.
Right. First one is for 11 points of damage.
All right.
I'm surprised this does such little damage, actually, and 10 points of damage. Fire.
All right. That is enough. You smack it around a little bit, and even though it's resistant to you, your compatriots knocked it down enough that, you know, really took a flick to the forehead to kind of knock him out.
Burn, baby, burn.
You see it kind of, it falls over to the ground and it gets all oozy and almost loses its shape a little bit. And it's really to look at. It's got like bright green eyes. It's got some tendrils that kind of hang down its face, almost Cthulhu like. It's got a couple of arms and other tendrils that just kind of flop down to the ground. But the majority of its body is just like blob. And you can't quite tell what's the inside part versus what's the outside part. Seems to just, it's just a big mess of flesh. It's just gross. Don't know what that is. That might be a heart, or it might be his foot. I don't know.
Be his liver, for that matter.
Not really sure. But that is gone. And that was in the middle of Fix's watch. It's very,
And it lasted like 30 seconds.
yeah, lasted like 30 seconds. And y'all pull yourself together, kind of clear it away from the camp a little bit, or move camp
Well,
a little bit.
I was enjoying the camping trip. But do we want to let me double check this.
Pearl, I can't really reach you down there. Whining at me doesn't help.
Never mind. It wasn't what I was thinking. Never mind. Ignore me.
Guess we'll keep camping. All right. That was in the middle of your watch. Yeah, so you buckle down.
Go back to sleep, folks. I'll wake you up if another one comes.
You go back to sleep.
Yep.
After a little bit of time, it's time to wake up Kadeth.
Wakey for the second time, Kadeth. Nothing else.
All right.
Go ahead and roll me your perception.
5.
All right. You see nothing. You don't really hear nothing. It's unnervingly quiet, but in the same respect, it's quiet.
It was the
Nothing
right time
happened.
to get a bad roll.
Yeah. Exactly. So you get through your watch and you head to, or you wake up Forsyth.
And Forsyth will roll his wonderful perception. 23.
23. All right, with your 23, you kind of watch and listen. You see the ground move every so often. It's still undulating.
I feel the earth.
You see a section a little to the north of you change color. You're pretty sure that that section just like went to like quicksand or something. So it was unnervingly close, but didn't hit you guys. So okay, that's fine. We're still on solid ground. And the end of your watch happens. You wake everybody up. It's time to
Yep.
wake up.
It's wonderful, isn't it, guys?
Take a little extra time this morning to get yourself together and whatnot. You all get a full rest because you were not interrupted a second time. and you get started on the day just a little bit later to make up for it. And you begin to head toward the Spire. Forsyth, go ahead and roll me a survival.
Okie dokie.
Make sure you don't get off track.
10.
10. It is double digits. You're pretty sure
Yep.
you're going the right direction. I need somebody as you're moving about, following Forsyth, or following his directions at least, to roll me a d6.
I think I'm the only one that hasn't rolled one yet, so I'll
Yep.
take it.
The Lost Patrol.
That is a cuatro.
Cuatro. All right. As you're moving about, with your 4, oh, you're actually gonna, you're in a new part of this amorphous fields at this point. What page? Yeah. All right. As you're moving
She's too happy.
the rough direction of the Spire, you realize that there's something kind of in the distance. All of you can kind of see this in the distance. There's something out there. It's kind of breaking the horizon that you're kind of used to looking at this point. You do see something out there. And about that same time, I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Cadeth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I
10,
know, right?
11, 12.
Something pulls up out of the ground and attempts to snap at you. That was a 16 to hit. That's going to miss you, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. It attempts to snap at you, and what everybody else sees is like, it looks like a vine or a root or something that kind of pulled itself up out of the ground and attempt to snap at Cadeth, but missed. Just all kinds of things in this world. That is what you kind of saw pull up out of the ground.
Maybe the fire element will be effective on this one.
It does look like a plant.
Pull Cadeth away because Chuck's characters have a tendency to get eaten by worms.
Hey, this is not a worm, it's a plant.
It's a plant. It's fine.
Poor mess.
All right. It's a
Gives
mess.
a whole new meaning to plant food.
Plant food. All right. Go ahead and roll me initiatives, just so we can keep some kind of order. I don't think it's going to take you too long to take care of this thing.
You would have the
17.
D8 this time, Kadath.
Especially when I roll
What?
1.
You would have the D8 this time.
Okay, because it helps so much. I still rolled higher on it than my D20.
Oh,
What did you roll?
4
Oh, jeez.
total.
oh God.
Oh, wait. Let me check. Oh, no.
A 1 and a 3.
You still beat
A
me.
1 and a 3.
Okay. I have a
I
dex
rolled-
bonus and you still beat me.
That's pretty bad.
What did you roll, Fix?
I rolled the same thing on both the D20 and the D8 for a total of 14.
Nice. Under 10s. I'm liking it. Evangeline.
11.
Oh, jeez. Forsyth?
17.
Well, you're first. The time you all roll low, I roll a natural 1. That's just not cool. All right.
Okay, I am going to cast a spell.
All right.
I will need a dex saving throw.
Is it?
DC
Nope.
19.
Nope. Oh, that's a whopping 8.
Okay, let me roll damage on this. Hold on a second. Why did I do that? I need that. 10d8.
Shnikes. Forsyth might be able to take it out in one blow. What did you cast?
Incendiary cloud.
Oh, geez.
8th level spell, mind you. But let's go ahead and go 48 points of fire damage.
All right. It kind of, you hear it kind of screech and it wiggles a little bit. It's still alive, but it's hurting.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try shape changing at this point. I don't need to.
Forsyth took a good chunk out of it. It's looking a little charred. It's looking a little bit like charcoal. Fix, it is your turn.
How far away from me is it?
Not far at all, like 20 feet tops.
Okay. I'm going to send Firebolt at it.
All right.
Is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. 26 points of fire damage.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. You and it like it catches fire a little bit and it like wiggles and it rides a little bit and then it just eventually just falls over.
I'm melting.
It's burning.
Anyone got any marshmallows?
Ew.
It is a flame. But it is going to die out relatively quickly, and there's nothing else in the amorphous fields for it to really catch fire. So
This is our version of murder hobos, by the way.
It attacked us.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
That's true. It
If
shot
it was
first.
just chilling there, and we ran up and started throwing fireballs at
Yeah.
it, then we'd be murder hobos.
Yeah, but the
You
fact that
just
we could
walk.
have traveled
We're-
through the
We're just survival hobos.
Survival hobos.
Yeah, we could have traveled through the air and not hit anything up or down, and but you know we chose to have fun.
We
We're
chose to
practicing.
camp.
Well,
Yeah.
you are exploring the amorphous fields and seeing what kind of
Yes.
creatures it has to offer.
Interesting ones. Dead ones.
Dead ones now. All right, you continue to move onward. As you move further, you stop for lunch and have a little bite to eat, and then you pick up your travels again. You do begin to recognize a tall spire of what just looks like vines, all twisted up and reaching for the sky. It kind of goes up into the clouds.
That there looks like a twisted spire.
Yep, sure does. I think I have a picture of it. I will see if I have a picture of it. I need to go to the Beyond. I did not, of course, mark its spot. And I think I passed it. Oh no, because that's the divided seas. Whoop, I just passed it. I saw it. Looks kind of like that.
Cool.
Looks like Jack's
tree.
beanstalk.
It does. It looks like Jack the Beanstalk with a large tree.
I wonder if they got a golden goose up there.
I don't know, maybe. As you get closer to it and evening begins to fall, you do see that there is almost a halo that surrounds it that does appear to be metal, and covered in like little circular darkened areas that would make you think of like portholes. It's like covered in portholes. The ring is.
Okay.
The halo is just around it. And you, as evening falls and you make camp, you know you're going to hit it the next day. Unless you want to just push through the night and get to it.
We
I
don't know
think-
what's there. I think we should
I
rest.
think I'd rather get that 8th level spell back.
Nah. All right, you make camp and you settle down for the evening. Anything you want to do during the evening, you're going to forge again, right?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me your
Forge
forging.
ahead.
And you're working
Rolled
on your
an 11 for 28.
28. All right. You are almost done with this. One more night, and it would probably be good. Just to put the final touches on it.
Okay.
Evangeline, your nanites, your Numenera.
$33.
33. All right. You get those nanites working, and you add a couple more to each side, and you start to actually feel them kind of vibrating or pulsating kind of toward each other, almost like magnets a little bit. You know that's probably the communication waves, how they're connecting that way, but not actually physically connecting, but you can feel it. Um, this is gonna work. This is gonna work.
Keep
Yes.
telling yourself that.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your perception for the evening, Evangeline.
Ooh. That's a 13. No,
All right.
12.
12. All right. With your 12, it's rather quiet. Every now and then you hear what sounds like maybe wood creak, just a little
Wood?
bit. Wood. And you're like, okay, this is new, but we are nearing the twisted spire. It's very faint. So you think maybe it might be coming from there, but you don't see anything approaching the camp or anything like that.
Okay.
So you wake up, fix.
I'll wake up, fix, and do the routine.
All right.
Is that ever going to stop hurting?
I don't know yet. I'm getting used to it.
Okay. We could maybe get you some milk of the poppy or something.
Milk of magnesia.
Well, I asked for a Tylenol, but nobody had any. Oh,
We haven't invented it yet. We have to invent it first.
that's why.
Yes.
That's why.
Okay.
All right.
Need an
No,
artificer.
if only we had one. I'll turn and I'll head off to watch.
All right. Roll me your perception.
That is what is that? 23.
23. All right. With your 23, you also pick up on some of those wood creaking sounds. You're pretty sure it is coming from the spire, just by judging the distance and direction of those sounds. You're pretty sure it's coming from the spire. You do see kind of some land undulating a little bit near the spire. You're not quite sure if it's the land or maybe it's more of these root things that you just burned not too long ago. You're not real sure, but definitely something's moving over there. But nothing seems to be moving closer to you.
No, I wish I had meteors for him.
You eventually finish your
Yep.
watch and wake up to death.
I do indeed. And I'll tell him what I noticed and everything. Give him the nightly report.
I need your perception.
20.
20. Wow, Kadeth. Nearly being swallowed by some kind of vine. Kind of woke you up there. You're watching. Same thing. You hear the wood creaking. You see some of the land, just like what Fix said, moving and whatnot. It's possible it's more of those vine creatures. But yeah, everything else seems to be calm at the moment.
Okay.
So you wake up, Forsyth.
Yep.
26.
26. heavens. All right, as you're watching, you see the same thing. It doesn't seem like they're moving more or moving less. It seems like it's just in a constant state of motion. Not really sure what exactly it all is. Everything else seems to be fairly quiet, except every now and then you swear you see some kind of light passing by possibly one of those windows in the halo around the spire.
Okay.
Every so often. Like, did I see that? I'm not sure that I saw
So
that. Is that
I
really what I
think that
saw?
thing has actually got a guest in it or a resident.
Or multiple.
Okay, well, I obviously, just like everywhere else we go, we need to be careful.
So you wake everybody up, report.
Yeah.
Everybody
Let's
gets
get
ready.
some brekkie and get on the road.
All right. So, anything else you wish to do before you hit the road
Uh,
or head toward the spire? I guess I should say. Just out of curiosity.
no, I think we're just going to go on Asherel for now, and so that we have everything available to us.
Okay.
Should we need it.
All right. You begin to trek toward the spire, and about mid-morning, you are close enough to the spire to see that it does seem to root to the ground. It's not floating above like the other monoliths you've run across. It does seem to be rooted to the ground, but the roots that come out, some of them come back up and they seem to move. And some of these roots that you see, they almost look like a pile of like a snake's nest. They kind of writhe around each other and move, and they're almost constantly in motion. Like if you step in there, there's a good chance you're going to get taken down.
So if we went in there, would we be inspired?
You also see the halo around it. The halo, now that you're closer, you can see that it shifts ever so slightly. It is rotating very slowly.
Like it's watching the halo? Does it look like it's watching us or observing?
Roll me an insight.
Okie dokie.
And any of you can do that. I mean, I don't.
I think he's gonna be better at, but I'll roll. Well, I got.
I know I'm not going to be better. I got a 9.
Oh wow.
He might have better pluses, but
I have better pluses, but I got better lower rolls.
Did you roll a 1?
A 4.
Ah, okay. Well, apparently I have a better plus to insight than Foresight did. I
That's plus 5.
I would not have expected that.
Yeah. I'm sitting at a +8. I rolled an 11 for a 19.
Nice.
And I rolled an 18
All right.
because I rolled a 17 and I have a +1.
And I might as well have not rolled.
Well,
Get the bad roll out of the way.
The apple does not fall very far from the tree. Okay, I'm just saying.
There's apples on this tree?
Nature versus nurture.
What an apple.
So, Forsyth Kadeth, as you're kind of looking at it, it's really hard to tell if what the intention of this thing might be. It's metal and with some holes, or at least now that you're closer, it actually looks like there's glass in it. So they look like portholes with glass.
All right.
It's hard to tell. You can't really tell what its intention is, but you
At
did see
least from
light
this
in it the
level.
other night. Yeah, from this level. Foresight or Evangeline and Fix, you're kind of looking at it, and as you're looking at it, trying to judge what the purpose of this might be, you do get a feeling that its rotation is to observe. You kind of just get this feeling because if somebody's in one of the portholes, over time, you can observe quite a bit of the area from probably up there. It's like about 300 feet in the air. And you can kind of pick up that was probably its intent. What it's doing right now, you can only assume that maybe it's doing what it always does. You don't know.
Do we see a door?
Roll me a perception. Or you can take your passive if it's higher, as you're staring at it, trying to determine its purpose.
Well, I will take my passive because I rolled a 2.
I will look for a door too.
My passive is 18.
Okay, with an 18.
I
I'm
rolled
going
a
to do an
30.
investigation.
Dang. Forsyth
19
rolled a
plus
30.
11.
Nice. And okay. I don't know what you rolled, Evangeline. What'd you roll?
For my investigation, I rolled a 36.
Okay.
Oh, that's better than mine.
With your
I have a
with your
plus
36,
17 to my investigation.
it's a little harder for investigation simply because you can't get up close and personal with it. You can't really investigate. All you can do is watch it. So
But I can
at this
investigate
point,
the
so
spire around it.
you can investigate the spire around it. That is true. So Forsyth, as you're kind of looking up there, and everybody's kind of like, "What about a door? There's got to be a way to get into that thing." And you see it kind of coming around the backside. It's headed toward your direction, the direction of its rotation. You see it coming around the backside. There seems to be a squarish panel that looks like it might actually be some kind of access. It's on the inside of the halo. That's why you can see it coming out the backside, because it's on the inside of the halo. As it turns around, of course, it's going to disappear from view. You know.
I am going to do something a little odd here, which is normal for me.
Would
I'm
expect no
going
less.
to I'm going to go to an air elemental,
Okay.
and I'm going to do a quick loop around the spire as an air
Okay.
elemental, looking for any entrances or exits or abnormalities at the ground level before
On the
I
spire
climb.
itself.
On the spire itself.
Okay. Well, you change form and you start to head that direction. Evangeline, you're investigating the spire. You see that the spire, all of this writhing of roots and stuff, seem to be blocking the way, but you kind of peek between some of the vines that seem to be twisting upward. There is a hollowness in the middle of them at ground level, at the very least. So
I
you
wonder if we can make a
probably
ladder out of that.
maybe. So you head toward the spire, and you see that they're hollow in the middle. With your investigation, because it was so high, you kind of put together that, wait, maybe this monolith actually is floating, and all of this stuff came after. And that is where we're going to end tonight, because it is 9:30.
Well, we just found stuff out.
We just found stuff out. See,
I know. I was hoping I could get you there faster, but you guys decided to actually take a travel route, which is not bad. I mean, get some classic D&D action.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
with
exactly do that
travel.
very often.
We don't do
No,
it
we
very
don't.
often.
We needed to.
Yep. But I did get you to the spire, and
it was enough to. Oh well, never.
it was not enough to level, because what you're about to hit in the spire will be.
Uh-oh, that's fun.
So,
Dun, dun, dun.
dun dun dun. I've been working on that one. So,
We'll chop it down.
well,
Got an axe, right?
you have to get to it first.
I don't have an axe. Do you?
No, but I can bite at it.
Turn into a
On
beaver.
your way through.
I can do
Just turn
that.
into a giant beaver.
I can. It is among my abilities.
All right. But that is where we're going to stop tonight with you guys looking at the Spire and trying to determine, do we want to go to the Halo? Do we want to try to get into the vines to get up to the monolith? How are they connected? We don't know because you haven't been able to investigate yet,
Only
at least
time
to
will
that
tell.
level. Yeah, time will tell. So, reminder, we will not be streaming next week, the 11th, or the week after, which is the 20th. Nope, the 18th.
18.
So the 11th and the 18th, we will not be streaming. Keep an eye on our other social medias where the link is in the description here, or you can find it on our website, links to our other social media. We may or may not post what happens in our little one shot that we're going to do in person privately with the Shadowrun 5th edition that we are going to familiarize ourselves with, and hopefully be
At
able
some
to
point.
take into our next campaign. And so anyway, so keep an eye on our other social media, because if we video some things, you might be seeing some short videos popping up there. And check out our website, dndeadjokes.com, where you can find those social media links and our upcoming events, all of the links for the cons that we're going to be at for the next couple weekends and future weekends. We post up in our upcoming events so that you can find more information about that event and any details surrounding it, as far as, you know, hotels or tickets or anything like that. Check those out. Be sure to like, subscribe, share,
Like,
comment.
subscribe.
Yeah. Do more with a crit hit with your finger. Clap. Doesn't take much. Like, really, there's zero effort in liking a video. Just do it.
Yep.
Zero effort. We will not hold you to anything, and we will not contact you in any way asking you why you liked this video. Just like it. Just do it. You're already there anyway. So,
The only way you're going to hit a mailing list is to go to the website and
yeah,
contact form.
exactly. Which we're not sending out any mailings at the moment, but Rhonda is planning on starting to work on some pop-up events around at least the Midwest area, specifically southwestern Ohio. And if you're on a mailing list, and you mention that you're in southwestern Ohio, she'll hit you up and say, "Hey, I'm going to be at this place at this time. Come play with me." So
come fly with me.
come fly away. All right. So I think that's it for tonight. So we're not going to be here for 2 weeks, live streaming anyway. And then the following week, we will be back on a live stream, the 20, I think, 5th. And that's when we will return to YouTube.
Like
But until then, check us out, East Coast Louisville, West Coast Tucson. Come and hang out and say hi.
If I can be there, you can be there.
That's right. Forsyth's coming all the way from across the pond. Well, across the sea.
but the
Not
other
exactly. It's
The
not
other
exactly across the pond. It's
The
across the
other
sea.
way.
one, the much bigger pond.
It's a much bigger pond. So yeah. So come
It's the
check it
much
out.
biggest.
It's the
He's
much biggest.
literally coming from the land down under.
To the
Penal
land up
colony.
over.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think that is it.
All right.
I think that's it. Anything else? No.
I
Nothing
think
I
so.
missed. All right.
See you later.
Then we'll see you in a few weeks.